what we're going to do is we are going to have a super duper trivia based on all of the life skills that you have learned in the birdie level so far. So I want to see who's been paying attention, who's been looking in their book, going over things, and understand what we're supposed to do. So these are things going to help you pass. Little called a quick circuit, and a circuit is doing several exercises kind of in succession, yeah, and doing those, and it's something you can do. You can do them pretty quick. Kind of, it's called maybe a quick set or whatever, but you can do all 5 of these exercises in a short amount of time, but you can get the blood flowing, get your body moving, get your body ready to go. So every morning you could wake up, you can knock out all 5 of these exercises in less than a couple minutes, and you are up and ready to go. Go get some breakfast, fuel your body, and that way you're smarter and ready to go. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna move that back a little bit more. There we go. All right, there it is. So what we're gonna do is gonna be simple. 5 exercises. We've got jumping jacks, slap jacks. We're gonna do 5 burpees. We're gonna do 10 quick squats. And a quick squat is you're just gonna go down like this as quick as you can and back up. And so those are called quick squats. And then we're gonna do lunges on each side. So what we'll do is you'll step forward, step, drop down, and push back. Step, drop down, and then push back. So we'll do 4 on each side. So everybody needs to get up. Now we can see you on the screen there. If you're not getting up, I'm going to be coming for you. So everybody get up. Here we go. 10 quick jumping jacks. 10 slap jacks. We're going to do how many burpees did I say? 10. I'm going to do 5. 10? Well, let's do 10 burpees. And then we're going to do 5 lunges on each side. All right, here we go. Ready? 10 jumping jacks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slap jacks. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the burpees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into, give me the quick squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, 5 lunges on each side. Step, drop, step, drop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch legs. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. Man. Woo, if you got through that, awesome job. Because let me tell you, hearts are pounding, feeling good, legs, man, I can feel my legs burning a little bit there today. That means tearing down muscle, building up. I'm getting stronger. I'm going to hit the ball farther. Watch out. All right. So, going over some rules. Very important. Let me double check here. Yep. That's yeah. Let me see if there's any specific rules I got to make sure I go over. Okay. So, last week we talked about abnormal ground conditions where you could have a burrowing animal. You could have ground under repair where they're fixing the golf course. Could be casual water. So like this afternoon, we're going to have a quick rainstorm come over. There's going to be water that just puddles up in certain areas. So from that, you get a free drop. Now, you got to understand how to drop and the steps you go through to drop. If you don't drop the right way, you drop the wrong way, you could get disqualified. And you don't want to get disqualified. That will not be very good at all. So we are going to understand how to drop, the steps you go through, and then making sure we're doing it the right way. So if there is if you're dealing with an abnormal ground condition, so you're dealing with, once again, casual water, ground under repair, burrowing animal kind of thing, you get a free drop. Nearest point of relief, you find that, and then you get 1 club length from that spot because there's no penalty involved. No penalty involved, it's 1 club length. If there were a penalty involved, you would get 2 club lengths. So if you hit the ball behind a tree and it kind of went down in the roots, and there's no way in the world you could hit that ball, so you would take an unplayable lie, you would get to drop 2 club lengths because you're getting penalized 1 shot for that, because you're taking a drop in a situation where you don't get free relief. So if there's a penalty involved, it's 2 club lengths. No penalty, 1 club length. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop this down a little bit. All right. Yes. Okay. I think we can see that. Oh, let me move this. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that this area right here is a cart path. My rug over here is actually the fairway. So this is grass, this is cart path. And my ball ends up right here on the cart path. Now, technically speaking, I could hit it from here, but I get free relief. So free relief is 1 club length. So what I would do, I'm going to pretend these tennis balls are my tees. So I would actually take 2 tees out of my pocket, and I would take complete relief. Complete relief means I'm no longer on the cart path. So this is not complete relief because my heels are still touching the cart path. I need to be completely off of the cart path, as close as possible, but completely off. And what I would do is I would set my club down like I'm going to play a shot. And I'd put 1 tee in the ground where the club head is. I would lay the club down, and at the other end, I would put the other tee in the ground. So now I've got 2 tees. Then I could pick up my ball. And I'm going to come over here between these 2 tees. And what I would do is I would get down so my hand is knee height, and I would drop the ball. That ball would now be considered in play. It used to be, when we played golf, that you would stand with your arm shoulder high and drop from there. Well, for some reason they say that's no longer legal, so you have to drop from knee height and drop from there. I was telling the class earlier that Ricky Fowler got disqualified because when they first changed that rule, he dropped from shoulder high. And can you imagine getting disqualified because you just took a drop from higher up? Kind of weird, but that's what happens. Now, if you make a drop and the ball actually moves in front of those tees, but those tees that I put down, and it goes closer to the hole, I have to redrop. If it bounces and rolls more than 2 club lengths, I have to redrop. If I were next to a green, a putting green, say I was getting a drop from a sprinkler head, and it drops and rolls on the green, I have to redrop. So these are 3 instances where you have to redrop. The ball can never go closer to the hole than those 2 tees that I put down. So make sure you understand that. That way you don't make a mistake. But dropping from knee height, taking complete relief means you're no longer in the condition that you're taking a drop from. So if there's a big white circle around ground under repair and you took a drop but you were still inside the ground under repair, you didn't take relief. So make sure you understand that, because you got to take complete relief. If it's casual water, the water, when you take your normal stance, so let's just say I'm over there and I set up like this and I look down and water is up kind of over the edge of my shoe. So if I look down and there's water coming up to this part of my shoe right here, so there's this much water in my shoe, that's still casual water. That's not relief. So I need to go find a place where my stance, when I take my normal stance without pushing down, just normal stance, and water's not coming up, that's where my relief is going to be. So these are a couple things we want to take you through to make sure you understand how to take these drops, when you can take them, so you don't make a mistake, or you can take advantage of a spot where you would get free relief. Really important. Okay, now, last week we laid down the challenge of coming up with a new game. Come up with something. What do you have? Send it to us at info@thefirsttgreatercharlotte.org. That's INFO at thefirsttgreatercharlotte.org. And if you sent those in, we might use them. Well, guess what? Somebody sent one in last week from the player class. So my player class on Tuesday, the mom said, "Hey, coach, the kids made a game." And I was like, "Really? Well, send it to me. I want to see it." So they did. And this is what happened. Because they took advantage of the simple fact that for some odd reason, a bunch of boxes keep showing up at our houses. My house especially. I get Amazon boxes every day. Sometimes it's food, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's food for me, sometimes it's food for the animals. So when I got these boxes showing up, the kids said, "Hey, coach, let's do something with these boxes." And this is what they did. They cut holes in the tops of the boxes. Pretty cool. And then they took some of the boxes and they made it to where that's kind of funky right there. So it leans forward. This one, you can see how they cut the flaps of the box. So there's an angle. So the hole is kind of pitched forward. So, let me get this back in here. All right. So what you're going to do, and this is good for all you birdie people out there, because I'm gonna mess up my wife's flowers and she's gonna come out and get me. So what you're going to do is you're going to work on your chipping or your short pitching. Now, once again, it's very important that we use the right technique. The better your technique, the better your fundamentals, the easier that chipping and pitching become. So, number one, you got to have your feet closer together. Wider my feet is more for power. We're talking about finesse. We're talking about using skills and stuff. So I want my feet pretty close together. Matter of fact, I take my left toe and turn it out a little bit. Now, my arms are going to hang down nice and loose, and my hands are going to be a little ahead like this. I'm going to take the grip and lean it towards the target a little bit. Now, you can see my arms now make a lowercase y. You see that? My arms in the club. The club is the tail of the Y. My arms are the upper part. So I'm going to keep that. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when I put the pillow between my forearms. I'm going to keep this Y the whole time. This makes it real simple to chip. So back and forward, Y chip Y. Now with these awesome boxes that the kids can't